And we are live.
Okay, welcome everyone to another Sweden Cup match. Today we have an exciting one. Melwem versus TheNexusGamer in this semi-finals matchup. Now this is honestly a battle of two absolute tournament giants coming out of Sweden, so a very exciting one to be sure. But joining you today is myself, Lust, and Unseen. How are you feeling about this one, Unseen?
I'm feeling pretty excited. I know both players here are really good. Like just overall at tournaments, and as we know, Melwem won last year. And Nexus was very close. I'm pretty sure was the grand finals match Melwem versus
I
Nexus?
think it was these two versus in the grand finals last year.
Yeah, so we're having very weird matches coming up all the time. Like last time we had Trumpatino versus Melwem already, and now we have Melwem versus Nexus, and it's only semis or almost semis. Yes, indeed semis. Yes. So stuff is happening very early this year, and I think I know
Yeah, some
why.
seriously incredible matches. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone might have de-seeded.
Someone.
Not to name names, but we might have seen some de-seeders. But
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
we are
definitely.
going to see the first ban from Nexus is going to be that Nomad 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then Melwem is going to go Nomad 5 Hidden 2, getting rid of that reading. No real surprise there. And Nexus is going to ban that Hard Rock 2. And Melwem first picking DT4. So we do have Tank the Monstrata set. This is only the Insane Diff. It is not if people did watch the Oceanic Cup not too long ago, the top diff of that double time was a DT4, but it is still quite a difficult map nonetheless, and a very, very good choice for first pick, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Mello must be very confident on this, and I think he's probably picking this based off of how Nexus has performed on other higher AR picks. Like, Nexus is not known for his prominence on high AR, but Melwem kind of is. Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is potentially favored for Melwem, but I'm not sure. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be. Yep. Cool.
All right. Let's see. Where is the audio? That's a good question. Me? There we go. Oh, what a banger song. I love this song.
Yeah, what a banger this song is. But yeah, that AR 9.2 is definitely an unforgiving one to try and get into. If you haven't practiced this map as well, the DT4 is quite a difficult one to try and sight read. So get into it. You can see both players match each other pretty perfectly at the moment. Exactly the same accuracy, but very, very early days still in this map. Nexus already finding a little bit of an act drop now.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see how melwem is very comfortable on this map. Not to count Nexus out or anything. Oh, that is a break from Nexus though. It's gonna make a big difference.
Yeah, already a third of the way through the map. Melwem still holding that FC with 99%, and we have just seen another NexusGamer drop, so he is already down by quite a large margin. Already 80k deficit and growing as once again he finds another miss. Already looking a little bit dire for NexusGamer. Melwem still holding on to this nice accuracy FC as well.
Yeah, this looks like it was a really good pick for melwem. He knows that he's good at this.
Yeah, perfect scenes coming out of the first pick from Melwem here. Exactly what you want to see. Already halfway through the map now, but looking like already there's not really much time for NexusGamer here. He's going to have to hope for a Melwem miss and soon if he wants to stay in this first pick. But Melwem looking far too comfortable. 98.2%, still holding onto that FC.
Yeah. This is definitely a strong pick though. Damn, I mean, melwem is just going.
Yeah, Melwem's still holding onto this FC. I cannot believe it. W Melwem, ladies and gentlemen, holding on. DT4 still FCing, getting real close to the end of this map now. Is he going to hold it down?
He's seriously hitting everything. I think he's furious after last week's loss, and he's gonna pull out this FC.
Very nice FC to start us off by Melwem. Very good
Damn.
score, 98.16% accuracy FC, and that is exactly how you want to set the scene for your first pick, showing your dominance on that DT4. Now, we are going to have to see NexusGamer fire back here fairly quickly. Probably have to go towards sort of that hidden realm. Obviously, melwem, not the most comfortable when it comes to hidden, as is sort of well known. But Nexus himself, also not too good at that hidden either, but I mean more serviceable than melwem. So do you try and risk it and go for that hidden here, or do you just, they are very, very similar skill set wise, but I feel like melwem is just a little bit higher skill ceiling, and a little bit more consistent than Nexus. So it is an incredibly difficult matchup for sure.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I'm not sure because, you know, melwem is not known for his hidden ability. Of course, that's usually known as his like weakness. But I don't know. I feel like if Nexus is like good on this skill cap wise, then Nexus takes it. But if he's not, I feel like it could be a close matchup.
Yeah, and firing away with that hidden one immediately. So the Nexus is gonna choose that. Now this hidden one it's fairly approachable, 250 BPM. This tends to be a pretty comfortable BPM for alternators. To single tap, it's not as easy, but they are 9.6. Higher-ish BPM. It is definitely not the most unapproachable hidden one. So this is something that maybe the NexusGamer's slightly better hidden reading ability is going to give him an advantage on, but I think melwem just being that slightly more consistent is going to make this a very close pick.
Yeah, I mean, starting off here, we see an early break from Nexus. Probably not going to mean much. Oh, that's actually pretty big. Nexus? Nexus is misreading the whole beginning here.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was just some technical issue or something. Doesn't seem so promising for his own first pick, but we'll see.
Yeah, melwem still holding this SS, 230 combo in, so definitely looking quite comfortable with this hidden, not tripping him up at all. Like I said, not the most unapproachable hidden one, so NexusGamer is down a bit at the moment, only 30k the difference, but he's going to need to hope that melwem does find a break.
Yeah.
Still 99.7% accuracy coming out of melwem, looking super comfortable on this hidden one.
Yeah, I mean, currently he's FCing with like 100, and Nexus already found like a few misses in the beginning, and there's another few misses. That's not what you want to see if you're Nexus.
Yeah, Nexus is down, and that you can see that score lead is growing pretty quickly, already up to 70k difference. melwem still only the singular 100 holding that FC, and close to the halfway point. This is when it starts to get dicey. 100k the difference. Nexus needs to hope that melwem breaks, and fairly soon. Otherwise, again, we're going to be seeing a very scary start.
Yeah, oh, that's a break from melwem. That's exactly what Nexus wants, but it's still a very big score lead to try and get back from. I mean, melwem is making more way here for Nexus's comeback with his misses, but Nexus really needs to hold and honestly hope that melwem might break again just for safety.
Yeah, the scoreline is still definitely a melwem's favorite at the moment, but it is beginning to shrink. Nexus has that huge combo advantage at the moment, so he definitely has the ability to bring this back for sure. We just need to see for the rest of the map, we need to see no more misses from Nexus, and even then, melwem might need to find a miss, but both players finding a miss. No, actually, melwem getting banchoed there, so only Nexus finding a miss, and finding a couple more to go with it, looking like there's not going to be much that he can do now. melwem.
I mean, the score lead did get a lot closer, but now melwem's the one in the driver's seat, especially with Nexus missing again there. Yeah, I mean, melwem's just increasing the score lead here. I don't think there's any way for Nexus to come back on this, unfortunately.
Yeah, 120k deficit, and that's just the final guy members of the map. And he is going to see that scoreboard due to that break. And no, he has unfortunately been taking a break point away from him in that first pick as well. That is not what you want to see on your first pick, but melwem already up 2-0. And fairly comfortable point on the first one, and not too bad on this hidden one either. 630k is definitely a very respectable score in this hidden one for someone that is colloquially known as quite a poor hidden player. melwem proving otherwise. but already 2-0 up to the advantage of melwem. Now, what are we going to see him fire back with? I'm thinking we're probably going to see another DT pick here after the way we saw how good that DT4 went for him. So maybe some of that higher AR in the DT pool again.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I think I definitely doubted melwem here. His hidden ability was definitely a lot higher than I thought, and in comparison to like Nexus, who's usually known for being quite good at hidden, especially on that first pick. That's not what you want to see, but melwem does come out with a Nomad 2 pick here.
Nomad 2 is definitely ballsy, to say the least. Nexus is quite serviceable at melwem 2 as well, but melwem is, well, I mean, you look at melwem's top plays, right? Every single map is a Nomad 2, sometimes with Hard Rock slapped on top of there, so he is incredibly good at Nomad 2. Definitely one of the best in the country at this level of Nomad 2, I would say. So no surprise at all that he would pick that. The Nexus is obviously, like I said, not bad at all at Nomad 2s, but going up against the beast that is melwem at the moment, so...
Yeah. I mean, this map is also quite long, and I feel like both players here are pretty good with consistency. You know, I wouldn't favor this towards anyone, but I mean, melwem has just shown us that he is performing already quite like at a higher level, kind of. But we'll see how that continues into this map.
Yeah, this is definitely not the most difficult map for sure. It is AR 9.3, so AR is a little bit lower, and not hard to read. Just so long, as you were saying. Only what is the BPM actually? I believe it's only 180.
180, yeah.
Yeah. So quite an approachable map for sure. Just a big consistency test.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely your stamina test. Ooh. Early breaks from melwem here.
Yeah, slight miss aim is going to give that melwem break, but Nexus is going to fire back with the break not long after it, so that score is only about 7k deficit for melwem at the moment. Still very close, but very early days on this map, so early misses aren't going to make too big of a dent into anyone's score. But NexusGamer's ACK 99.3, looking incredibly comfortable on this. As I say that though, he is going to find a break, so now melwem is going to start to claw that back and very, very slowly take that lead back.
Yeah, I mean, melwem does look quite comfortable now after those early breaks. Some
that slight hiccup at the start there, but
yeah,
looking far more comfortable now. Nexus is going to find that break as well. So now melwem, an unanswered 700 combo, 600 combo in the lead of Nexus as well. And that score, you can see, even on such a long, consistent map, that score is growing.
Yeah, I mean, that combo difference is so big.
Crazy slider jumps here, so very easy spot to find a slider break on, but both players hold true and into this again, this brutal stamina. Both players, no falters at all from both players, looking incredibly comfortable, and these slider streams,
wow,
both players hit them. Wow.
But this is definitely a jump in difficulty, a bit of very sharp angles here on the streams. But both players look very, very comfortable. Oh, that's a break from melwem. That's honestly quite big. There's half of the map left. Just because it's such a long map, it could make a difference if Nexus holds.
Yeah, Nexus, really, 700 coming to lead now. As I say that, we'll find that break though, so that is a full reset. And Nexus finding a bit of a chain miss there, so trying to drop that accuracy as well. melwem has recovered that accuracy beautifully, 99.3%, and Nexus...
Oy.
Oh no, Nexus note locking like crazy at the moment.
Yeah.
melwem did find a break, but Nexus unfortunately just found a gigantic note lock there, and has now gone down 100k deficit and lost a large amount of accuracy, so I don't think there's going to be too much that can be done from this point forward, unless we see a full dismantling of melwem's score, but that is quite a difficult task for Nexus to bring this back.
Yeah, it's like Melman would have to chain miss a lot, and Nexus would have to hold, honestly, for the rest of the map for anything to happen. But considering how well Melwem's been playing, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, melwem just already consistently is showing that higher skill ceiling, and that more comfortability as well, as I was saying earlier. So Nexus is doing well, but look at the shakes coming out of Nexus right now. That stamina is starting to falter a bit. You can see it in the UI, you can see it in the shakes of his aim. But both players holding. No, melwem's going to find that slider break there. And that's going to give maybe an opportunity for Nexus here. This map is still so long is left. Only a quarter of the map, but that's still nearly a minute and a half of the map to go. So I don't know if there's time though, but...
Yeah, I mean, Nexus would have to hold for the rest and hope that Melwem breaks. Honestly, there's not that much more time, and there is a break from Nexus.
Unfortunately, that break from Nexus is going to seal it 100% into melwem's favor, and melwem looking strong here already, up 3-0 with a breakpoint, and taking that DT4 with an FC, and now there's no more to incredibly long map. I'd be very surprised if we saw an FC on this from anyone. But he is going to take this one. Relative comfort as well. Nexus finding a few more breaks at the ending here as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, two of the strongest players in this tournament here are performing at like 400k maximum levels here. You can definitely see that this map is probably not going to get close to a full combo. But yeah, it is a fairly strong pick for melwem here.
Yeah, 100k, taking that one, 450k versus 380k, and as Unseen was saying, two of the best skill cap players that are left in the tournament at the moment, apart from, obviously, well, the elephant in the room, Trumpetito. But both of them, yeah, 400k and 300k showing. I would be incredibly surprised if anyone FC'd that map.
Yeah, indeed. Being such a long map as well, there's so many places to break, but yeah, I mean, it was a strong pick from melwem. It's
Going into
especially...
Nexus's pick now. What do you do here? Because obviously Nexus banned, you banned Hard Rock 2? Was it Hard Rock 2 or Hard Rock 1?
Good question. I believe... Let's see. Nexus banned... yeah, Hard Rock 2.
Hard Rock 2, yeah. No mod 1 on Hard Rock 2, so... obviously not feeling the aim. But where do you go if you're Nexus here? Because, I mean, out of everything that's been played so far, melwem has won. And that's most of the skill sets, apart from, I mean, what's left? Hard Rock 1, and then Tech. But as I say that, he's going to pick No Mod 4. But yeah, melwem's just showing at the moment just that prowess, and it's really hard when you have players that are such similar skill sets when they match up against each other, because realistically, either player could choose. But No Mod 4, probably the best choice out of what's left, I would say. melwem's tech ability is pretty strong, but in comparison to his other skill sets, is not his best, so...
Yeah. I mean, this is a really nice map as well, or one of our customs this week.
Endercrafts with an incredible custom for us. melwem flaming a song is an interesting choice if you know melwem's music taste. An interesting choice for sure to see him flaming a song. This guy listens to VTuber music unironically.
I guess everyone has interesting, or their own specific tastes.
Oh, what a slider though, that bell slider to the sound of the bell in the song. So cool. Yeah, starting us off with this map, you can see melwem's AC is definitely down a little bit. It is slower, a little bit of ping control. It's only 180 BPM, so definitely not hard by any means to tap, but Nexus just far more comfortable assessing still compared to 95% accuracy at the moment. Ooh, but as I say that, Nexus finds that slider break, gives him the first break. He's still in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite big, though, because even though Nexus has that AC lead, which is kind of keeping him in the game so far, melwem is building up that combo from the FC, you know?
Yeah, as we're saying that score is going to flick over to melwem's advantage now. Again, still holding that FC down at 97% versus 99.7%. But that FC is just carrying him right now. Nexus needs to hope that melwem finds a slider break here. As we start off with this Ki.
Ooh, everyone breaking.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nexus losing that big accuracy advantage he had as well. Losing so much AC on those cut triples, and is down at 96% with melwem now. So 40k advantage to melwem's side and a full reset. That is not what you want to see if you're Nexus.
Luckily, there's still a lot of time in this map, so if Nexus does hold and melwem breaks, there's a chance for it to go back the other way. Nexus finding a break there on a bus slider is not what you want to see.
Yeah, melwem starting to run away with it now again. Nexus finding another break, and melwem's back in the advantage of accuracy as well. So unfortunately, NexusGamer has nothing to lean on at the moment. melwem, big combo and slightly in the accuracy advantage department at the moment. So that score is just growing, already 60k, and about close to a third of the map left. But Nexus has nothing to answer at the moment, so he needs to see a melwem break, and soon.
Yeah. Both players holding strong through these sections, but melwem is the one who held through the previous section to build his now 700 and counting combo.
Again, coming into his Ki in a moment, we don't see, hopefully, any slider breaks beforehand in what is essentially the freer combo part of the map. Both players are holding on. But this is really, really difficult for NexusGamer now. The final dying moments of the map, and it's gonna be one of the more difficult sections of the map again, coming into this final Ki. He needs melwem to miss right now. And he needs to FC the rest of the map, and even then, I don't know if there's enough time if that happens.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, melwem's holding a 1000 combo now and counting, so... And with a Nexus break there, that's gonna seal the deal for melwem.
And another bell slider.
These sliders are so unique.
The Nexus. Yeah. Really great slider out of this one. Really cool custom. Thank you very much, Undercraft. But yeah, melwem does finally find that break, but it is far too little, far too late. He is going to take this again, nearly 200k on this number 4. So now, if you're NexusGamer, you've been taking 2 break points, and obviously melwem taking his 2 points as well. You're down 4-0, and you have lost on every skill set. What do you do here?
Yeah, I mean, not only that, now it's melwem's turn to pick as well. And I'd like to compare this to last year's match, because I'm pretty sure these two played. And now it's looking like, you know, I don't want to say anything, but it is looking like a sweep so far. I just want to compare to how that was last year.
Yeah. I don't 100% remember the scoreline from last year, unfortunately. Oh, what a map though. This DT3 is so cool. Honestly, up there with one of my favorite DT3s that I've seen in a very long time. This was in Australian States Cup, I believe 2 weeks ago, also in their semi-finals stage. It was the DT3. This map has sort of gone under the radar for a couple years. It's been ranked for quite a while. It had very few plays until recently. I'm not sure if someone brought some attention to it maybe, but yeah, I've seen it a lot more in the past few months than I have in the past few years, so great to see. But yeah, this DT3 is, it's again, it's not a super high BPM. It's definitely not an unapproachable DT3 at all. This is, again, it's going to be a consistency test. And I think melwem's been on top of that at the moment. So we need to see Nexus try his best here.
Yeah.
Already 300 combo win. Both players still holding on to their FCs. melwem is sliding that. As I say that, Nexus finds that break though. Already not what you want to see if you're the TheNexusGamer fan. melwem is still FCing as Nexus finds yet again. No, actually finding a Bancho break, sorry.
melwem just looks so comfortable. It's looking really dire for Nexus so far.
Yeah, unfortunately, a bit of a running theme with the entire match, really. melwem has been just looking more comfortable on everything and holding that 98% FC. Nexus is holding an S rank, but it is definitely lower rack, 94.7, and does have 2 slider breaks to boot, so down by already nearly double the score, and getting halfway through the map almost already. melwem is still holding that FC. Nexus finds yet again another break, so I think there's probably not much that TheNexusGamer can do for this point now. melwem over doubling the score of the TheNexusGamer, and already unseen. I think we might be going 5-0 already.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking really dire for Nexus. It might turn into a sweep, sadly. And just comparing this to last year's results, of course, these two players did play in the grand finals against each other, and melwem came out on top. But they played two sets of matches, and in the first match it was 7-3 to melwem and 7-4 in the next set to melwem again. So this is a big difference from last year, to be honest.
Yeah, I can confidently call this point already for melwem, but are we going to see that FC?
Yeah. I mean, melwem is definitely performing very well.
Yeah, playing incredible at the moment. He did FC that DT4, and this is the second DT map, so could we see both of the DT maps FC by melwem? That would be very cool to see. Almost fighting that break there, found a chain of 50s on that one burst, but looking like he will hold out that FC.
Okay, dude.
No, no, no. Melvin, no.
What is that place to break, dude?
The worst ladder break ever.
Oh, I guess it doesn't matter though. Because melwem got like almost triple,
man.
Yeah, triple Nexus' score on that one, 5-0, against the two players that were fighting for the title last year.
Yeah, this is a rough position to be in if you're TheNexusGamer. You know, this is potentially the last pick of the match because melwem is at match point at the moment, and he goes for the HD3. So going back into that hidden, trying to see if maybe he can try and trip up melwem's hidden reading, which is, I think, it's probably the correct angle. You've seen everything else has been far too difficult for him to compete on. I believe the HD1 was the closest, and even then HD1 is definitely by far the most approachable of all hiddens, so this should be definitely more of a hidden reading test, and hopefully Nexus can try and squeeze something out here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of dire for Nexus now. Nexus just wants to make it not a sweep.
Yeah.
But, I mean, looking at it objectively, I feel like Nexus would be good at this type of map. But it's not to say that melwem will not also. But this might be closer than the rest of the maps.
Yeah, not the most difficult of hidden threes. It is only the semi-finals level, so I think this is definitely a map that both players can play to a fairly sort of equal level, and the hidden doesn't make it too much of a problem. There is definitely some harder ult flow aim patterns to hit for sure, but both players are holding through quite well at the moment. But there we go, melwem is going to find the first break. Nexus is going to match it immediately after, but melwem lost a lot of AC here, so Nexus is up 30k. I believe that's the highest he's been up the entire game.
But Nexus just find another break there, so melwem is now making the score lead go towards him.
Yeah, only 15k in it at the moment and in closing, but down goes melwem's combo, so it is going to start to grow towards Nexus' favor again. Nexus does have 2% AC in the advantage, and now quite a decent combo lead as well. Halfway through the map, and he's already 50k up. This is looking better. We do see a chain miss though from Nexus. That is going to slow his advantage for sure.
Yeah, now melwem's holding. Oh, he finds a break, but I mean the score lead is very small now.
Yeah, a full reset from both players. You are slightly in the advantage if you're NexusGamer here with that AC by about 0.4, 0.5%.
Ooh, Nexus finds a break, but melwem doesn't. Oh, but melwem finds a break now. 8,000 score difference. Nexus is trying to hold as much as he can. melwem finds a break. Any break now is gonna make a difference. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I think that final break from melwem might have sealed it. I think Nexus might take it here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
and he does 22k the difference. So close.
Yeah, Nexus narrowly escapes the sweep.
No sweep.
That was very close, but I mean, congratulations to Nexus.
Just barely holding on. He does have that better accuracy, but you can see 12 misses compared to 6 was finding a few more chain misses compared to melwem, and that just kept it so close. But yeah, into melwem's pick now. I don't know if Nexus is going to be able to survive what's coming next. I feel like we're going to see once again another DC pick, and there it is. As the words were coming out of my mouth, DC1, and obviously we've seen it. melwem is looking far more comfortable in the DTs, especially on the higher AR of that DT4. So this DT1 is only 10.3, so it is definitely still an approachable AR for sure, but it is definitely a little bit more awkward if you're not the most comfortable in double time. So melwem should pretty, I don't know, it's scary to say that it would handily take it, but from what we've seen so far, 2 FCs versus far less on the double times.
Yeah. I mean, just objectively looking at this, melwem is probably just gonna FC.
Early days, but Nexus has found a break already. melwem is up, but he does find that break as well, so no full DTFCs for melwem, unfortunately for him. Is actually down in every department at the moment, so that lead is flickering over the NexusGamer's advantage now, but so close that score. The combo is only, what, 50 difference even, and that AC is almost head-to-head, but melwem finds another slider break. Nexus will match it immediately after, but it's so close still unseen.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I mean, Nexus was holding a lot in the beginning, but now at this chorus section, Nexus is finding a lot more breaks than melwem.
melwem finding a bit more of a stable recovery here, is up at 260 combo versus about 160 from Nexus. So 100 combo difference, and it is showing in that score. Does have about a whole percent of accuracy advantage too. Nexus needs melwem to miss fairly soon if he wants to keep in this halfway through the map. Still very close, and there we go, there goes melwem. So watch that score start to grow towards the favorite NexusGamer now.
Now Nexus needs to hold.
Yeah, melwem finding a few misses there actually, so look at that score just skyrockets to Nexus' side. Both players reset, but Nexus has such a big advantage that it's going to be hard for melwem unless we're seeing lots of misses.
I mean, their accuracies are so similar, and melwem's finding the break here. Oof.
Again,
They are
full
so
reset.
close, even with
Oh
the breaks
my.
there.
Yeah, a quarter of the map left and 35k is in it. Both players just about neck and neck here.
Oh, Nexus
So
finds a
close.
break there.
We see Nexus break.
But so does melwem.
Oh, I don't think there's enough time for melwem, even if he holds there, unfortunately for him. But
Are you sure
definitely not.
Nexus has found another break?
Okay, Nexus. It's so little time left in this map. I don't think there's enough time for melwem, even if he holds.
It's so close. If
I
Nexus
might
breaks
be my
again, it
records.
will. Oh?
Oh,
Oh, but so does melwem.
okay, but melwem drops too. Oh no.
Oh my
What
god,
a
it's so
close point.
close. Oh my god,
Nexus
but
taking it,
Nexus
though.
narrowly escapes one more time.
The reverse sweep is on, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to see a masterclass, a 5-6 victory for TheNexusGamer. It's coming.
Wow, I mean, Nexus was about to be choked and losing consciousness, but then he narrowly escaped the pick before this, and of course now, suddenly he's escaping 2 picks.
Yeah, well, what do you pick here? I mean, I don't want to say no more 3, but I feel like no more 3 is where he has to go. No more 3, Creepypasta is not an easy map at all. But with what's left, I mean, you don't want to pick Hard Rock into melwem. Everything else just about is pretty. Yeah, all I can see is number 3 at the moment, and he does exactly what I'm saying. Number 3, Creepypasta.
But I mean, I feel like melwem's also gonna be very strong in this map. I wonder what melwem thinks of this song.
We do not need to hear melwem's music opinion. Still early days, but both players holding on to their FCs. That accuracy is neck and neck as well. Exactly the same, actually, I believe. So the score difference literally was hovering on 6 for a while there.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's the trend of what's been happening very recently in this match. Everyone's so close, but Nexus finds a lot of breaks there. Ooh, melwem finds a break there, though.
Yeah, Nexus holding through the start of that Ki, but now we get to the hard part of the map. This first Ki is really easy to find a slider break on.
Yeah.
Both players are holding through, and you can hear the custom hit sounds of this map. How cool are they? But melwem finds a break. Nexus is going to match it though on a buzz slider. Unfortunately, that score was about to go to his favor.
But melwem finds another break there. Nexus is now... Oh, but they combo reset on 1000 score difference. They are honestly
This
mirroring
whole
each other. Look at the
map-
accuracies.
Oh my goodness gracious. This whole map is so close.
The Nexus
Finding
found...
a break now though.
Oof, another few breaks from Nexus here is not going to be very nice.
melwem stabilizing that combo now, and he is up by pretty much exactly 200 combo. So you can see that advantage, quite a full reset from both players. Nexus is down on that hack by a decent amount though, and he's down 40k. So he has to try and build something here halfway through the map, and melwem is in the lead. This is very scary if you're the TheNexusGamer. You have to do your best to try and FC like a majority of what's left realistically to try and take this point again away from melwem.
Yeah.
Combos exactly the same. Yeah, if you're Nexus Gamer here, you really, really need that melwem break right about now. Melwem does find a... Oh no!
Nexus finding the break.
Yeah, unfortunately, melwem found that big 50 chain, but held through it, and Nexus Gamer was the one to come out and lose again there. So now that's 4. Melwem has that huge, huge combo advantage, and he has that hack advantage too. It is just going to run away. 50k to try and claw back when there's nothing to build on, unfortunately. Nexus does find that break too.
Melwem finally
loses
not
that
enough
combo,
time.
but...
Yeah, I mean, after all of this, melwem did hold that 500 combo, which really helped him seal this one. There's no way that Nexus can take this back now, sadly.
Yeah, that is, unfortunately, like it's going to be the end of the Nexus Gamer here, because this is a loser's bracket match, which is crazy to say. Melwem versus the Nexus Gamer is a loser's bracket match.
Yeah, that's crazy. The fact that it was grand finals last year.
Yeah, GG, well played to Melwem, taking 6-2 victory over the Nexus Gamer. Unfortunately, that is the end of the line for the Nexus Gamer, out in the semi-finals as opposed to grand finals last year. But a valiant effort nonetheless. Melwem will be moving on next week. I believe, is that all we have today, or do we have... No, we have another match in 2 hours?
I think so. I'm not sure if it's going to be streamed, though.
Let me take a little peeky peek. Yeah, Ugichin versus Lantis in about an hour and 20 minutes. There is currently no streamer on that one, unfortunately, so that might not be streamed, but that should be a good match. Also, losers bracket as well. Then after that, we have 2 matches at the same time. We have Saika versus Ran Yakumo and Heat Slash versus Nairino at 18 UTC. So still a few matches to go today, but that has been myself lost. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.